Yeah, I'm still here. What are you gonna do about it? Send another Doom post? Also, just a quick heads up, so I don't jump scare anyone, that I may sound different midway into this. I decided to add a little bit more to the video and recorded it at 2 separate days. And BP Star Resonance, one of the future most anticipated MMOs coming in 2025. I will provide metrics to back that claim up later in the video. For right now, just know that many are excited to finally play an MMO that emphasizes social aspect and has some focus in good boss fights. However, this hasn't stopped the Doomers from attacking the game. Now, there will always be haters in every game in existence. That'll never change. Ever since the existence of video games, there's always been haters for the game. It's just the amount of low effort ones lately that have been sprouting around this whole week since the Shadow Drop trailer that happened last week. It's like the meme where everyone is having fun on the couch and then there's that clown friend in the background that has to overexpress his distaste in the activity his friends enjoy doing. The crazy part is that most of these Doomers barely put less than a few dozen hours into the beta, or never played SR at all, and are parroting all the misinformation that's being fed to them from each other. It's like grade school level drama where rumors spread around person to person, then by like the third or fourth person it spreads to it's just like a bunch of gibberish. I don't know, it's just silly. Let's begin with the first misinformation, which is being able to buy stamina potions for life skills with real money. Quick note, this list will not be in any sort of order. We all heard the very limited energy pool with life skills already. You get 400 energy per day with a cap of 2,000, but normally you're finished with the daily energy within 2 to 5 minutes of life skilling depending on the activity you're doing. We already heard in one of the Q&As that they're planning to rework the life skill system. Life skills is a fairly new system created in Star Resonance, so it makes sense why it wasn't polished at all compared to everything else. Anyways, just some info to remember as we explain the rest of the stamina potion misinformation. There's a free-to-play weekly way of obtaining 8 stamina potions from the game's guild shop. Players who swipe get another avenue of obtaining potions. However, the amount of potions you get is very limited as a whale. There's a one-time purchase in the season pass track of about 12 potions. Each potion gives 100 energy back, so that's 1200 energy or 3 days worth of energy. Wow. Whales will be 3 days ahead of you. Time to do posts about it. Please don't. And finally, there's the daily mystery shop that sells it for unbounded rose orbs, which is the premium currency. However, you can only buy one stamina potion, and it's fairly uncommon for it to appear in the shop in the first place. From the beta test, I saw the stamina potion once every 3 or 4 days on average. This is with the subscription on, by the way. The subscription allows you to refresh the shop one more time per day. The mystery shop items are mainly bought with the non-premium currency that players can earn, which are bounded rose orbs. For those that play Lost Ark, the shop is like a Mari shop, but instead takes a full day to rotate items. Up next on this list, let's talk about the gatekeeping. There were some misinformation passed around that the gatekeeping is heavy in this game. Let's get something clear, which is there will always be gatekeeping in any MMO that has dungeons or raids. However, some of them aren't as bad, and Star Resonance falls into that same category. Well, let me explain something, which is the overarching problem. It wasn't the gatekeeping. It was really just a mix of bad party finder system and how the drop rate was bad, which affected classes that really needed that gear to perform well. Both of these the devs addressed in Q&As and live streams. The gatekeeping issue is more of a byproduct of these issues that I just mentioned. Now you might be asking, Bidoof, I heard meta is 4 mages and 1 healer for reclear content. Well, yes, that is true. That doesn't mean it'll be that much harder for you to find a party if you're not a mage or a healer. My buddy Kai Zudo, you guys probably seen him around a bit in the SR community. He plays a tank. We meme a lot that tank isn't really that good due to how the game currently lacks dangerous patterns for squishy classes. That is, of course, another thing the devs addressed and plan to fix. So a tank isn't really needed for the content in the beta, but my buddy Kai still had no problems finding a party. I also had 0 problems finding a party as well. The way of finding a party in China is through the world chat system, which is free to use for anyone. There, you can apply for parties or make your own party. Many parties don't even ask for a gear score requirement, and or a specific class, just be at the gear score the game recommends for the dungeon. And then if for some reason too many are being restricted with requirements at the time you're looking for a party, then make your own party, right? The cool thing is that nobody can see the party leader or your gear score. You can be a cheapo and create parties, and they usually fill instantly from my experience regardless of the difficulty. Next misinformation is that because it is available for mobile devices, that the game is going to be a sucky mobile game. After playing countless hours of the beta, as well as many others, we can all say that this claim is false. The game is a MMO first and foremost, with the option to play on your phones. Think of it like old school RuneScape, where you can play on your phone to do low effort activities, but you're giving yourself a huge handicap when it comes to endgame content. Just because it's on mobile doesn't mean it's going to be some like auto AFK no skill grind fest. That leads me into my next point, which is the combat isn't as good as BPJP. Okay, while that is true, how JP has arguably more depth into how the classes function, it's more like a Souls-like, there is still a skill ceiling that many players couldn't reach with their class playing the SR beta. I can't count how many were actually just 0 DPS, just floor POV, because they couldn't perform rotations, or they aren't doing animation cancels to improve their DPS, or they just don't know patterns of the boss at all. The combat is simple, which is nice because that provides a low entry barrier, it provides a low barrier of entry for casual players, but it still offers sweaty degens like me the chance to min-max their skills to push the ceiling of their class beyond what a casual player can do. The boss fights also more than make up for the classes being easier to operate. The challenge will mainly come from executing patterns and mechanics coming from the boss while still upkeeping with your class rotation. It's kind of like how I heard FF14 has many easy to play classes, but the boss fights are the reason why it's still challenging, and many love the combat of FF14 to this day. Now, another point that Doomers crucify is that there isn't a lot of interest for the game, therefore it is gonna die. That is, if there's no interest, then it's dead. Easy statement, right? This is where I show numbers that go against that misinformation. According to WeGame, which is like China's version of Steam, the game is doing well, with the game being the top 10 most wishlisted game on the platform. If we exclude all non-MMOs from this list, then it would be the number 4 most wishlisted MMO right now in WeGame. SR has over a 86% positive review score for the beta right now at the time of this recording. That beats most MMO scores on Steam right now. You cannot say that this game isn't in a good state when we have the numbers right here front and center. Also, the global side of things is doing well. According to Steam Database, or DB, SteamDB, the wishlist ranking is top 500 at the time of this recording. That seems kinda low, but keep in mind that almost no actual marketing has been done on this game yet. All Global has done is dropped a random trailer on a random day and then went silent. No advertisement in a popular game show, no global beta test, no specific release date besides sometime 2025. Once the ball starts rolling, that wishlist ranking is easily going to go to the top 50 or even top 10, I feel like. Even with everything I mentioned though, I know Doomers will try whatever they can to move the goalposts, and I'm ready for that. I bet the next Doomer topic was going to be about how the game will get many players to play it first, but more than half the player base is going to leave within the first month or two. I'll just sit back in my chair and silently reminisce every game in existence that has lost more than half their player base months after release, then stabilize over time. Anyways, there are more misinformation topics I haven't touched upon. There's quite a few of them. If you like this topic and want me to expose more misinformation in a future video, just let me know in the comments below. However, I will address one more misinformation right now, which is in my previous video. So there are a few that called BS on the 500 plus hours of beta playtime, calling it suspicious. I honestly didn't think to calculate the 24 hours times 21 days equaling 504 hours possible, so how did I go beyond those hours, you know? I mean, according to the WeGame metric, I played beyond 504 hours in 21 days, so how did I do that? Let's do some math here. So I played 3 weeks on average of about 18 to 20 hours a day. Even if I played 20 hours for 3 weeks, that would still be only around 420 hours at most. The other time, I spent AFK grinding season pass points from the starting area. The game has a one-click combo system where it'll spam skills for you in a spot. It's just, you're just there in a spot. Not useful in actual combat like dungeons or serious fights, but really good in niche scenarios like this. Now, if I had the game up 24/7, where did the rest of the playtime come from? Well, I didn't know this until after I posted the video, but WeGame takes total NDA hours into account. I played about 20 hours of NDA before the beta. Not much, but it did affect the overall playtime. That was an oversight on my end, and I do apologize if that confused some people. Anyways, that's truly it for the misinformation for today. If you want to inform yourself with many changes the devs are planning to do between now and launch, make sure to join the BPSR community server Discord and read all the translated Q&As and livestream notes yourself. Also, I will be keeping up with all the news here on this channel, so like and drop a sub if you want to get some more of that important info right here. That's it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.